a child is determined to be ill at school, they will be removed from the general population of the students and placed in a sick room or a sick bay or whatever you want to call it, where we will observe those folks, those people. We will contact the parents at that time when they become sick enough to be taken out of a classroom. For the most part, an hour or so is time enough for parents to get to most of the schools in this district. However, we realize that some parents may work more than an hour away from this district. And if that happens, an agreement or some type of communication with that parent and with that school, we can work together. We're all human beings, and we know that there's some things that happen sometimes beyond our control and what have you. We don't just not desire. We don't want to call or want to go to the law enforcement nor to any other agency for assistance along those lines. But we also have got to consider the fact of the health of that student, of the health of other students, the health of the people who look after and care for those students, and so forth and so on. So we want the parent to work with the school and make sure, but if we can't contact a parent at all, nor anybody else in the family, then our next recourse is to call the law enforcement and say, we need some assistance. We have a child who's sick and we can't make contact with parents. Can you help us? And that's why the law enforcement piece has been placed in this. Will we truly call? We will if we run into a situation like that. Someone needs to take care of that child better than what we can provide health care for at that school. So we're not just looking for an excuse to call law enforcement, but sometimes we need to make contact with a parent. Well, sometimes we don't have a good phone number or a good any way of making contact with mom or daddy.
So that just reiterates that y'all need to be able to get a hold of them. They need to keep updated phone numbers.
Absolutely.
And updated ways to contact them, and have a backup person. Because I know you kind of go down a list.
Yes.
It's not like one phone call and then you call in law enforcement. It's like a list of people.
And Jody, in this day and age, when we change phone numbers more quickly than we did during the party line days, we have a lot of our students whose contact information is incorrect right now because we can't contact these folks.
Right.
Now, many of them keep theirs up. You know, they call and say, look, phone number's changed, or this person that I'm allowed to pick up my child has changed, and they keep that up. And we're going to attempt to correct our data this fall.
Okay.
But right now, we only have what we had last spring.
Okay.
So we're going to try to make contact with that information and then correct our data files as we go through this school year.